Good morning, class. I am Lakshman Singh again with you with our new topic, congruency of triangles. So let us see congruency of triangles. First of all, we will know what is congruent figures. Congruent figures, two geometrical figures having exactly the same shape and size are known as congruent figures. When shape and size both are same, then the figures will be known as congruent figures. Symbol for congruency, we make this symbol to write two things: congruent. Congruency of triangle. Two triangles are congruent if and only if one of them can be made to superpose on other so as to cover it exactly. When two triangles, we put one over another and they cover them each other exactly, completely they cover each other, and we are not able to see the second one, then we can say that both the triangles are congruent. Let us see some criterion for congruency. When can be two triangles congruent? First of all, we have side angle side axiom. We must know what is an axiom. Axiom means pre-proved truth which we have not to prove. We have to just use that truth. So side angle side, we can see here two triangles ABC and PQR. So here it is clearly visible that side AB is equal to PQ, angle A is equal to angle P, and AC is equal to PR. So we can see an order that one side and another side and angle included between them are equal. So this is said side angle side axiom. One side, then angle, then again one side. So this axiom is called side angle side. So from side angle side we can write triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR. Then we have angle angle side axiom. Here we can see angle A equal to angle P, angle B equal to angle Q. Two consecutive angles are equal, and the next side is also equal. So here we can say by angle angle side axiom, triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR. BC equal to QR and AC equal to PR. So here we can see these three corresponding sides are equal. So we can say by side axiom, triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR. Next axiom is RHS, that is right angle hypotenuse side. This axiom is used for right angle triangles. We can see here in these triangles we have two angles here 90 degrees. Angle B and angle Q are 90 degree. Then hypotenuse AC is equal to hypotenuse PR, and one of the side here we can see BC is equal to QR. So this here we can apply right angle hypotenuse and one of the sides. So right angle hypotenuse side axiom, triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR. Let us see exercise 8a, question number 2. In the given figure, P is a point in the interior of angle ABC if PL perpendicular to BA and PM perpendicular to BC such that PL equal to PM So prove that BP is the bisector of angle ABC. So let us see that. Here this figure is given. Here we can see that this PL and PM are perpendiculars, and PM and PL are also given equal. So first of all, what we do, we prove the triangle BPL and BPM congruent. So let us take in triangle BPL and BPM, angle BLP equal to angle BMP equal to 90. We can see that angle BLP and angle BMP, these angles are of 90 degree. Then BP common, we can see that this BP is common for both the triangles, and PL equal to PM, that is given. PL equal to PM, that is given. So we can see here one is right angle, then BP is hypotenuse, and PM and PL are sides. So by right angle hypotenuse side axiom, triangle BPL congruent to triangle BPM, when both the triangles are congruent, then we can say that angle PBL means this much equal to angle PBM this much angle. We can see both the angles will be also equal by CPCT. CPCT means corresponding parts of congruent triangles. When these two angles are equal, so we can say that BP bisects angle ABC. Means BP divides angle ABC into two equal parts. Let us take question number 3. In the given figure, equal sides BA and CA of triangle ABC are produced to Q and P respectively such that AP equal to AQ. Then prove that BP equal to QC. So you can see that in the figure. Here triangle ABC was given. This BA is produced to Q and CA is produced to P. Then BP and QC are joined. In such a way, AP is given equal to AQ. So we take first triangle APB and triangle AQC. We can see that AP equal to AQ. This AP equal to AQ given. AB equal to AC. This is also given that AB equal to AC, and angle PAB equal to angle QAC. Angle PAB equal to angle QAC. This angle equal to this. So we can see that angle between two consecutive sides and both sides are also equal. So by side angle side axiom, triangle APB congruent to triangle AQC. If both the triangles are congruent, it means their corresponding parts will be also equal. These two sides we have already said equal to the corresponding sides. Only PB and QC are left. It means PB will be also equal to QC. So we will say that PB equal to QC, that is by CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Let us take question number 6. In given figure, PA perpendicular to AB, QB perpendicular to AB, and PA equal to QB. Many things are given. If PQ intersects AB at M, show that M is the midpoint of both AB and PQ. So we can see that here it was given that AP equal to BQ, angle this is equal to angle PAM, that is 90 degree, and QBM also 90 degree, because it is given that PA is perpendicular to AB and QB is also perpendicular to AB. Then angle PMA, we can see this angle equal to this angle, vertical opposite angle. These two are vertically opposite angle. So by angle side axiom, we can say triangle APM congruent to triangle BQM. When both the triangles are congruent, then we can say that AM equal to MQ and PM equal to MQ and AM equal to BM. So we can say AM equal to BM and PM equal to MQ by CPCT. So M is the midpoint of AB and PQ both, because both are bisecting each other. AB and PQ are bisecting each other. Therefore, M is midpoint of AB and PQ both.